What does power mean to me? Power means being authentic, knowing your worth, learning to speak up, and empowering others. Everyone is on a journey to find personal power. Some of us were encouraged to go on this journey, and others came from homes or situation where our personal power was squashed, or at times we were told we were too much and we needed to behave or do as we are told. I grew up where others made decisions for me. I did not get to speak up. I was told I need to be quiet and only speak when spoken to. There was one way to do something, how we say to do it. I grew up putting everyone else's needs first and doing what I could for others. I felt I had to earn love growing up. Love was not understood or unconditional love. I would be loved if I did what I was told and I pleased others. And I got married at 18 and I didn't know how to speak up or decide. I did what my ex-husband wanted. He used this power against me as I did not know my own personal power. When I was 20 and going through a divorce, I did not know how to make decisions. And I was afraid they would be wrong if I did. I didn't know how to speak up for myself either. I lacked confidence and self-esteem. I love people and I want everyone to like me, and I want to do what is right and please others. But I just realized I was not being my true, authentic self. I worked hard to be what I thought my parents, my friends, or my spouse wanted me to be. Not that doing for others is wrong, but I did it at the expense of not knowing myself. I thought my worth was based on what others thought of me or what I could do for others. I didn't even know who I was or was supposed to be. And I was afraid to make wrong decisions. I waited for others to tell me how or who to be. And I felt unloved when I didn't meet those expectations. My job was to take care of others and make others happy. See, I even became a mom at 8, worrying about my younger brother and his needs as a baby. I wanted more for him. This is another story in itself, but I am a nurturer and I love supporting and helping others. That's part of who I am, but not all of who I am. I'm a caregiver and a nurturer by default. I love that about myself, but not at the expense of not knowing who I am. Being a nurturer and a caregiver means people take advantage of you if you lack or you don't know boundaries. Setting boundaries and walking out of the situation takes time. And I am still working on growing more in my personal power. But when you grow up where boundaries are not a priority, you really do not understand boundaries for others or yourself. When you grow up and you feel you have to earn love and not understand true unconditional love, it makes it hard. I remember when I first was learning to set boundaries and stop being treated like a doormat by people and stop being a people pleaser. A major event happened to me in my life. And when major events happen, that's when we have to change. See, I lost my brother in the Pentagon on 9/11. Yes, September 11th, I lost my brother. And I was pregnant and I had a baby in the middle of it. And shortly after that, we were sold a bad house. It had statue botrytis mold. That's that black mold. That's that toxic mold. My baby turned 2, blue twice. It is awful. During this, I was married. Well, I'm still married, but I was married. I had 4 kids at the time, 13, 3, 2, and a newborn. And the mom and wife and me were worried about caring for everyone else. My brother had died and he left his wife without citizenship and 2 little babies. My parents and siblings, they were struggling and many people to worry about and support and care for. But remember, I grew up without boundaries. So boundaries were not a thing, or at least not in my life. We lost the house and we had nowhere to live. Yes, with 4 kids, nowhere to live. I was babysitting for my sister so that they could go to counseling. I was supporting my mom and going through my brother's pictures because my mom wasn't doing well and it was hard on her. And I was worried about my own kids and keeping food on the table. And we were living in a hotel and paying multiple places to live, dealing with attorneys regarding the bad house. And then I was helping my sister-in-law get her citizenship and all those things that she had to do as she instantaneously became a single parent with 2 babies and no citizenship. I was worried about the stress on my husband and I was trying to support him. That's so much on me that I couldn't handle more. I didn't even need anyone to rescue me. I just needed people to stop throwing water on me. I was drowning. I know. I can figure it out, as I always did. That day, a counselor came by to my door because of September 11th and asked if I needed support. And I said, no, I got this. And guess what? I did not. It was a lot. And when I mean say a lot, I mean a lot. I hadn't even given myself time to grieve. I was in survival mode and doing everything I had to do for everyone else. And I didn't even know how I felt. I'd been in another crazy cycle like this before, but I had too much this time. You know, we all have that breaking point. And again, I didn't know anything but these crazy cycles anyway, because that was my life. In 2002, I lost my best friend January 1st, 2002. And then my brother on September 11th that year, 2 of my greatest supporters. When did I worry about myself and my feelings and what I needed? Now, let's be honest, I'm a nurturer and I love being a mom and a wife and supporting and helping others. That's my most comfortable spot. That is who I am. But after sitting down and talking to her for a while, I decided to say yes. I think I need counseling, and I accepted the support and help for myself and my family. See, earlier that week, my oldest was a teenager at the time, and we got into it. And I told him, I am 2 days from having a nervous breakdown. And you know what his response was? That's what you keep saying, Mom. So I pointed my finger in his face and I said, look here, son, you better wait till I am 1 day from having a nervous breakdown. Now, that was not one of my most proud mom moments. And after doing that to my own child, I knew I needed support. To realize you're not showing up and being who you want to be, that's power. To understand it is okay to not be okay, but staying there is not okay, that is power. Asking for help and getting help is hard, but do you realize that that's really power? It's power to know when you cannot do it all. It's power to ask for help, to find your self-power and go to counseling, to work on yourself, to become the best version of you. After I learned and started setting up boundaries, it was really uncomfortable. I remember looking at 4 walls one morning and thinking, wow, I don't know what I'm supposed to do today. I was trying to figure out what to do. I didn't know how to, I did not have to jump and help everyone else and do what they expected of me. Now, I knew I still had responsibilities and I had to take care of what I need to take care of, but I need to take care of it. But overall, I got to decide. That was very uncomfortable for me. Power to me means, though, learning to speak up, learning to make choices, and being authentic, taking responsibility for your own self-power and using it to help others. And being the best version of yourself means putting your air mask on first, taking ownership of your own life, and setting boundaries with people with love. When you get there, now you can help others do more and not lose yourself. Self-power is about learning who you are, knowing your boundaries, and supporting others. It's an ongoing process as we journey and learn our own self-power. Women are often told to be quiet. They're too much and they need to sit down. But instead, let's encourage each other to be the best us and be successful and speak up and be a voice for ourselves and others, becoming our true authentic self, the person God made us to be. I love this saying. I want to build a community where women of all races can communicate and continue supporting and caring for each other. I want to give women a space to feel their own strength and tell their story. This is power, Beyonce. Some great resources that I've learned along my journey of finding self-power is Boundaries by Henry Cloud. And I have written a book, and I tonight am offering it to you for free. Now I'm asking you to pay shipping. You can scan the URL code. It's called Here to There Revealed. I wrote it a year ago. And this book helps you set up your life and business goals and objectives so that you can create the life and business you love.